Alright, we're back, everybody. For more Trails of Cold Steel 2.
Right.
Alright, so we got our first chunk of Zemirian ore. Time to help George set up workshop. I'm gonna need a lot more CPath to do what I need to do. Alright. I want to turn this into a workshop for creating Valamar's Tachi. If you get a chance, I'd really appreciate it if you could help me out. Thanks. Well then, do you think you could bring me my tools from over in the Orbital Factory? Can do, George. George Rain began remodeling the ship's hold into a workshop. While the process was more than a little exhausting, it didn't take long before they were finished. Phew, this should work for now. Okay, let's see if we can process this Zemirian ore already. We're going to start by reinforcing Valamar's existing blade, right? Kind of your way of prepping for the real thing? That's the idea, yeah. I just want to get a feel for what it's like to work with. And it'll give you a stronger sword to use in the meantime. Let's get to work. Of course. Together, they worked on reinforcing Valamar's existing blade. Despite the task being simple compared to making an entirely new weapon, working with the Zemirian ore was hard even for George. Reed and the other members of Class 7, as well as even Valamar, helped out where they could and supported him in his efforts. Eventually, a new day. Reed, baby, talk to me. Whoa, Valamar, your new blade is quite impressive. Yeah, it came out pretty well. Although the base weapon is still the same as the Soldot's. Unlike the Soldot's blade, however, I can feel mana radiating from it now. I expect it'll hold a significantly keener edge than before. I'm amazed you managed to process that stuff. A hunk of crystal like that must have been a real pain to work with, huh, George? Well, if anyone could do it, it's you. I wouldn't have been able to do much with it if not for your guys' help. That we got this far is a real testament to our combined efforts. I'm not sure our contributes even compare to what you've done. And I'm grateful for it. I'm sure the battles ahead are going to go a lot more smoothly thanks to this. We're lucky to have you on our side, George. Now all you gotta do is take it into a real fight and see how it feels. Right, we should get Valamar to give it a couple good swings.
Oh, you're all still here.
Toa?
What's wrong? It's not like you to be so flustered. It's terrible. We got an emergency report in from the Twin Dragons Bridge.
That's not good.
It's Keldic.
Keldic?
What happened to Keldic?
It was set on fire by the Quartzen Provincial Army.
What?
What?
Eustace, why would your dad do such a thing? They set a course for Keldic and hurried there as fast as their legs could carry them. All the while putting on a warmer shirt because it's a little chilly. Once they arrived, a number of them disembarked to assess the situation, Instructor Sarah and Eustace included. Bah! I mean, I suppose Eustace needs some levels too, because he can also be busted. But why would they do this? The entire town in shambles. Like what? I mean, I guess it's a morale breaking technique. Like what other military advantages would this provide? This is awful. How could they? How could they do this to such a lively town? The Grand Market seems to have taken the brunt of it too. I can't believe this. Let's have a look around town. We should pay a visit to both the Market Manager and the 4th Armored Division too. Kitty safe? Kitty safe. Safe kitty. All's good. We have safe kitty. Not Louise, too. Ugh. Excuse me, but how's she holding up? Has she been given medical treatment? The Father Zerbel's already tended to her, but apparently the blow to her head was so strong, he can't be sure if she'll make it. Louise, please open your eyes, I'm begging you. They've gone too far. You two seemed like good friends from what I've seen. Yeah, we got to know each other from my visits to the Weathercock whenever I was in town for work. But I'm not going to be able to do anything for her staying here. Let's go. We need to see how things are elsewhere. Right?
Louise will be okay.
They seem to have enough medicine at least, but...
Those huge machines, they came and destroyed the Grand Market. I'm so scared, I don't ever want to see them again. And you won't. I'll make sure of that. Like, the entire town is destroyed. Why? Why did this have to happen to you of all people, Otto? Don't tell me. We should go check for ourselves before jumping to conclusions. Please, don't tell me. No. Why, Otto? Please, come back to me. No way. You're all from Thor's, correct? He fell victim to one of the Soldot's attacks while evacuating the townsfolk. I'm afraid I did everything in my power to save him, and yet... I see. So, the kind Market Manager Otto died during this attack. Eustace's father ordered the Kreutzen Provincial Army to burn Keldic to the ground. For what? We never even got a chance to repay him for helping us while we're here. How could this happen? The market manager's always done everything he could to protect this town. But now he's went and gave his life for us. No one loved this town more than Otto. This just goes to prove that. Why did things end up like this? What are we even supposed to do? Louise might be dead. Otto is dead. The whole town's in shambles and burnt. All because of the Kreutzen Provincial Army and whatever the hell they think they can do. Whatever the hell they think they can get away with. The joke's on them. We won't let them get away with a fucking thing. We're going to hold them accountable for everything that happened here. Oh, I see you've all arrived. Lieutenant General Craig, Major Neidhart. I see the RMP is here as well. Thank you for coming, everyone. I presume you were all contacted? That's right, we came as soon as we heard. Is this the work of who I think it is? It is as you suspect. This was done by none other than the Kreutzen Provincial Army's soldats. That's absurd. For what reason? This can't be real. Unfortunately, it's very real. This is what war looks like. Apparently, they broke through a gap in our line of defense at the Twin Dragons Bridge. According to the report, there were a number of Jaegers within their ranks, too. Duke Alboret has been hiring the Northern Jaegers throughout this war. They were behind the attack on Ymir, too. That explains things. Raising towns like this is one of their specialties. And if they had soldats supporting them, too, this couldn't have ended any other way. We arrived at the scene as fast as we could and managed to fight them off while evacuating the townsfolk, but they had already retreated towards Breahard and formed a defensive line by the time the 4th Armored Division arrived. The townsfolk readily accepted us after the provincial army was forced to retreat from Twin Dragons Bridge. It's clear this was intended to punish them for that as an example to others. Even then, though, there's just no excuse for this. This reminds me of what Rufus and Vita said, actually.
I beg to differ. The presence of soldats units on a battlefield makes a tremendous difference. What they may lack in firepower and armor compared to tanks, they make up for in mobility and versatility. But more important than even those factors is the psychological impact they have on our opponents.
We're only human. As such, we are as captivated as we are terrified of giant beings bearing human form.
Rufus said that? Oh, Vita. The fear this attack has instilled in the townsfolk seems to be a testament to those words. Thanks to the soldats, it's safe to say they succeeded in their aim. Even we of the RMP felt somewhat powerless before them, especially since we couldn't even prevent that fatality. To think the one fatality would be the market manager, of all people. Regardless, we plan to strengthen our defenses here while preparing for countermeasures against Breahard. I advise you keep your distance from Celtic for a while. Do engrave this horrid sight into your minds, however. This is no mere minor conflict. It's an all-out war. Never forget that. This is what war looks like. This is what war is. War is hell. War is pain. War is strife. But at the heart of it all, above all, war is loss. Loss of life, loss of resources, loss of morale, loss of hope, loss of camaraderie. Just, war is nothing more than loss from both sides. It's a pointless conflict that amounts to nothing in the end. And this is war. This is what it does. This is what it looks like. We've got a decent grasp on the situation in Celtic now. Should we head back? We should. There's nothing more for us here. Reen! Becky, Hugo. Where's my family? They're all safe, right? Becky, Hugo. We told you to wait on board, didn't we? Sorry, but she insisted. You expect me to sit about knowing what's happened to my home? My family's safe, right? What about the market manager? Your family's alright. We saw them at the church. I can't say the same for the market manager, though. Oh, no. You're having a laugh, huh? Wait! I've got it, Reen. I'll make sure she returns to the Courageous. Thanks. We'll make our way back first, then. We have a lot to discuss regarding where to proceed from here. Indeed. That's truly a heartbreaking and absolutely heart-wrenching sight. After leaving Keldic in the Imperial Army's hands, they all went back to the Courageous. Processing both Otto's death and the state of Keldic proved to be difficult, but they had to face it. It was only after Becky and Hugo had returned that they decided to take off. And we will make Duke Alberea pay.
Still, this war seems to resemble the War of the Lions more by the minute. History tells us towns were set ablaze all across the country back then as well.
Really?
That is said to have been the case, yes. Although the situation back then is very different compared to now.
True enough. This war's been relatively bloodless in comparison, so something like this happening is a big deal.
Still, in the long term, this is bound to hurt the Alliance's cause more than it will help. That's why I'm finding it so hard to picture that Rufus would give the go-ahead to do it.
I think it's safe to say it was just Duke Alberea doing his own thing. He really seems to hate how Duke Cayenne's higher in practice than him in the Alliance.
I'm sorry, but this is where we part ways, Captain. Please let me disembark somewhere nearby.
What? You can't be serious.
You're not thinking of trying to settle things with your father alone, are you?
I can't believe you would even entertain the thought.
You need to take a deep breath and calm down before you do something you'll regret, Eustace.
How dare you? Don't act like you know the first thing about what I'm feeling right now. As a member of the Alberea family, I have a duty to stop my father. You have no right.
We have every right to interfere, Eustace. This is clearly too much for one person to handle alone.
Machias is right. You need to calm down and you need to think this over together.
Yeah, this isn't like you at all.
As your classmates and friends, it's not hard to imagine how terrible you must be feeling right now. But that's exactly why we want to help you. And I believe we can.
We should discuss how to approach this matter together.
That's a Class 7 I know.
Still, this isn't a matter to be taken lightly. Your actions could have a profound effect on the war from here on out. If you're going to get yourselves involved, you're going to need to be prepared for the potential consequences. But I'm sure you guys know the deal at this point, right?
We fully understand what you're saying. So far, we've tried to keep our interference with the war itself to a minimum. However, what just happened in Keldic was an act of terrorism against innocent civilians. We can't turn a blind eye to that.
You're right.
We're all agreed there. The market manager did a lot for us, both during our field study and when we were lying low there after the war broke out.
I'm of the same opinion. He may be head of one of the 4 great houses, but the Imperial family can still make him answer for his crimes. So please, use my position and this ship however necessary to bring him to justice.
Oh, we will.
Thank you, Your Highness.
All right, I think it's time we come up with a solid plan. We can't allow Duke Alberea to do anything so inhuman ever again.
Thank you.
We're gonna kick his ass.
Huh? Is there a call coming through? Where's it coming from? Bear with me a moment. This can't be right. It's coming from an airship owned by the Noble Alliance.
How can that be?
They must have sneaked into range. What should we do, Toa? I think I can shake them off if I try.
No, put the call up on the screen.
It's a pleasure to see you all again. Especially you, my dear brother.
The hell do you want, Rufus?
And Princess Alphen is with you too. Truly, it's an honor, Your Highness.
Shut up. What do you want?
Rufus!
Goodness.
Why are you calling us?
I apologize for calling so abruptly. Rest assured, I have no intention of attacking or otherwise harming you. I'm calling because there is information of which I'd like to make you aware. Due to the rather sensitive nature of my message, this feed is a private communique from my personal airship.
What could you possibly have to tell us?
Does this concern Keldic by any chance?
It does.
It does indeed. I imagine all of you have seen what befell the town yourselves. The attack on Keldic was instigated by Duke Alberea alone. We of the Noble Alliance do not in any way condone it. If you plan to confront the Duke about his actions, you need fear no interference from us.
Huh? Oh, I get it. You want us to take him out, don't you?
Surely not.
The bulk of the Kreutzen Provincial Army is already under my control. The attack was carried out by a small contingent of soldiers who remain loyal to my father. At present, they've walled themselves up in Aurochs Fort along with him. With the aid of the Imperial Army, you ought to be able to take the fortress without much trouble.
This is insane.
They're not as well trained as the ones who are serving you, so you don't mind losing them, do you? I'm impressed at how cold-heartedly objective you can be, Mr. Chief of Staff.
Bet you'd love it if we ended up killing each other, so you'd have nothing to worry about, huh?
Nothing of the sort, Miss Clausel. Still, there's no denying my father's actions will be a millstone around the neck of the Alliance going forward. But considering the position I hold, I can't very well publicly oppose him. And that's why I figured I might bring up the matter with all of you. Well, I've said my part. Oh, and Eustace, this is an intensely family-centric affair, as I'm sure you realize. I'm very curious how you'll approach it. Well then, if you'll excuse me, I suppose I'll hope and pray for your success this once, as a sitting member of Thor's Board of Directors.
Nothing like using other people to do your dirty work.
There remains a real possibility that this is a trap.
Still, now we know the Alliance wants something done about Duke Alberea as much as we do. This could be the best chance we're ever going to get to stop him from wreaking more havoc.
I can't allow my father to commit any more of these unforgivable crimes.
Then let's go stop him.
I will go to Aurochs Fort and apprehend Duke Alberea myself.
With our help.
And it would mean the world to me if all of you were to lend me your aid.
Damn right, you got it.
Do you even need to ask?
Of course we will. We'll be with you every step of the way.
With that, they finally began preparations to apprehend Duke Alberea. Duke Alberea's actions against Keldic were believed to be in violation of a number of Imperial laws. With that fact as justification, Class 7 chose to call upon the aid of the 4th Armored Division and the RMP to formally place him under arrest. In the end, they settled upon the following plan. First, the 4th Armored Division would attack Boreahard's northern line of defense. Meanwhile, the RMP would attack the city's southern line of defense, forcing them to call for reinforcements from Aurochs Fort. This would give Class 7 the opportunity to attack the fortress using the Courageous with relatively limited opposition. And once the fortress was under their control, they were to arrest Duke Alberea, effectively completing the mission. While all this was being finalized, the remaining touches were put on to Valamar's reinforced sword. The operation proved to be an opportune time to test it and collect much needed data. The next day, the time came for the operation to begin. Gonna arrest him on Christmas. Well, the time's finally come. Is everyone ready to go? Of course. We can't let Eustace down. This is our chance to avenge Otto's death, too. I appreciate it. Just try and focus your thoughts on the operation for now. We can worry about other things later. We'll be right there with you. Sounds like everyone's all fired up and ready to go. This will be our first chance to test Valamar's newly fortified weapon, too. How did it turn out? Great, actually. And like Laura said, today's operation makes it the perfect chance to test it out in battle. I hope so. It'll be a good way to iron out the kinks, anyway. The more data I have, the better off we'll be when it comes to making that Tachi. Guys, the 4th Armored Division and Railway Military Police are almost ready to make their move. Let me know as soon as you're ready. The sooner the better. I'm coming with you. It doesn't sit right with me to have you going up against high-ranking Jaegers alone. That's no reason for you to let your guard down, though. Make sure you have everything you need. No problem. Number of members of the party temporarily increased to 7. And we can level up Machias. Okay. with all that said and done, and that heartbreaking attack behind us, all we can do now is look forward. We will apprehend Duke Alvarea. We will make him pay. Until next time, everybody.